guys, what's going on? It's Ash here, coming at you today in Clash Royale. I hope this video finds you guys doing well today. I suspect this video may be a favorite of many of you guys. I can't wait to share this. It's one of those videos that I'm recording, and I already can't wait to upload it. I don't even know what the finished product is going to look like. But it's so crazy that we see a deck that this off meta, I mean, it has Witch, which is meta, but everything else, I mean, it's crazy. I think you guys are going to love this deck. As much as it seems like a gimmick again, trust me, it works. In fact, the pro that we're going to be highlighting today on the channel is Anaban, back on the channel, and what can I say about this guy? He is just such an incredible player. The way that he beats people using these off-meta decks on a regular basis is just incredible. If you missed the mortar episode, even if you're not a mortar player with Anaban, check it out, man. Like, he was beating golem decks left and right with just mortar cycle, not the hog mortar, not the miner mortar. He just beats everything, and it's incredible. Now, talking about this deck here, and by the way, I am going to post a community tab poll for my subscribers to go ahead and weigh in after this video goes live. Do you like me to kind of do a 1 or 2 minute deck review, or do you like me to hop right into the action? Today I'm going to do the quick deck review, but let me know. Some people like going right into a match. So let's really quickly talk about this deck. So Giant Skeleton has the Giant Bomb, which synergizes with Tornado. Giant Skeleton also has another key purpose in this deck. It's not necessarily your win condition, but it allows you to execute a Giant Skeleton balloon freeze push and then not have to worry about the defending troops coming back to kill you, because the Giant Skeleton bombs kill, or bomb, singular, not plural, kills all the frozen troops, right? So that's like an amazing kind of unique trait about this 1, 2, 3 punch. Now it's 15 elixir, so you're probably going to be doing this, you know, more obviously in double elixir time, but it's just something to know about this deck. Now obviously, besides that, the NATO synergizes well with the Witch, and you have Bomb Tower, which of course is the laughing stock of the game. It always has been 2.5 years into the game's history, but now for the first time, when I see Bomb Tower used in this deck specifically, it's hard not to just always chuckle and be like, ha ha ha, Bomb Tower, how cute, how cute. It's funny, off meta. It actually seems to work. Maybe it's because of, you know, how well it does against bridge spam, how well it does against swarm troops, or maybe it's just because of the hit points. It has a ton of hit points, but for whatever reason, we're seeing it. We're seeing it now. Maybe it's because of Witch, right? I mean, let's be real, Ash. It's probably because of Witch, and it does very well against Witch. So, guys, let's go ahead and hop into a live match here. Again, be sure to stay tuned and vote on that poll on the community tab. Let me know if you like that idea of doing that. What did it take, like 2 minutes or so? So if you don't like it, please let me know as well. I want to make sure I cater the channel to the majority of you guys and what you guys want and what you're looking for out of your YouTube content. So here we go. We're going against Ingo Iron Man. And interesting starting hand here. Everything's expensive, but oh boy, I'm just gonna Giant Skeleton at the bridge. I don't have my balloon though, which is not good. I'm gonna Witch Giant Skeleton. So this is gonna be like a do or die push here, guys. I feel like I'm trying to punish him, but maybe I'm going a little bit overboard here. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Hopefully my Witch stays alive here. It looks like she is going to, and you can see, you know, obviously we didn't do very well there, but we largely mitigated the advantage that he had from that elixir pump. And I'm guessing this dude is playing a 3 musketeer deck. Don't have to really go out on a limb there. I'm going to go ahead and NATO these minions up. I thought about it. I probably could have taken a few hundred damage there. But we're going to go ahead and send in a balloon. I'm not going to bother about his laughing faces. He doesn't have minion horde anymore in hand. He only has a goblin gang. He's not going to have enough. I'm going to take this tower, I think, here, guys, because he has 3 musketeers, but he used his minion horde, and we're just gonna Bomb Tower over here. Like, what up? What up, man? I got Bomb Tower in this deck. Just a heads up, dude. Bomb Tower. All right, I think this is I don't know when the appropriate time for eating the chicken is, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it now. So the problem is he does have a big elixir advantage right now, guys. And he has the Golem 3 musketeer deck. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. So, let's see what I can do here, guys. I'm going to Witch in the back. He's actually going to pump up again. And that's a smart move on his part because it's early enough in this match where he can afford to do so. So let's see what he does here. I am not going to play another card until he commits. Okay, he commits. And then we're going to go ahead and NATO this up here. We want to make sure we have enough for the ram in the opposite lane. Okay, same lane. I don't know about that ram play, because I'm able to pull everything aside. I'm not even going to zap here, guys. I don't think I need to. Do I? I don't think I need to zap here, guys. I don't need to. All right, cool. All right, let's hit him with a giant skelly in the pocket and see what he says. Oh, man. Ripperoni! That was annoying. Sorry, guys. But he has minion horde. I'm kind of waiting for it. There it is. I'm going to freeze. And, oh, I missed the king tower on the freeze there. But it's not going to matter. I'm going to take it down anyway. You guys see what I'm talking about here? See what I'm talking about, guys? I'm going to play a high. Ooh, there it is. Okay, so it's not over quite yet. Almost over. Not over yet. I'm going to play that giant skelly. And then I'm going to pull everything into the giant skelly bomb. And zap it all in just a second. And boom, there it goes. Wow. What a deck! What a deck, guys! All right, good game. Crush. Kiss. Kiss. All right, good game, Iron Man. But now let's watch a real pro play this deck, guys. Not CWA, Imitation Pro. Let's start out against, oh man, this match against Lupanji is insane. It's funny too, because Lupanji is known for playing off-meta decks as well, so it's like kind of like the showdown between the off-meta gurus. But let's start out with the replay against Bo Saba here. Obviously, an incredibly good player. Huge shout out to Bo Saba. I want to get him on the channel, and shout out to Sandstorm Arab clan as well. Still dominating ladder, still doing very well. So really good to see the Sandstorm Nova rivalry. And Crucible Wrath is up there too at the top of ladder. And Wham Esports, man, there's just a lot of good clans right now at the top of ladder. But let's see how he plays this. He starts out with an Ice Wizard in the back, just kind of cycling here, and the Ice Wizard approaches that bridge. And check out the opponent here, Bo. He's playing the bridge spam. I actually shared this deck on the channel kind of recently, last week. I think it's called Bridge Spam like you've never seen it before. And look at this NATO. Beautiful NATO kind of grouping everything up there, but he's going to need a little bit extra because of that Inferno Dragon. So he's probably just going to zap here in the left, and indeed he does. So, you know, so far just kind of feeling out the opponent, seeing what they have for win conditions, and we basically know already what deck they're playing. They're playing the Lumberjack version of Bridge Spam. So look at this giant skeleton, still just causing Bo Sabat have to invest elixir to get him away from that right tower, and now we're able to respond to this lumberjack with a witch in the right lane. So as you can see here, we actually have an elixir deficit right now, guys. We are behind in elixir, so let's see how he can make this comeback. And you're gonna see, guys, you know, we're almost halfway through this match, and he hasn't played the balloon once yet. He hasn't made a big push yet at all. He's kind of just playing defense here and biding time until double elixir time, where this deck really does shine in terms of the effectiveness of it. So again, Bomb Tower just doing a great job there, just kind of killing that battle ram, and we're taking some damage here. We haven't done any damage to the opponent's tower whatsoever here, but no reason to panic. We played pretty good defense here throughout the first 2 minutes. Now we're going to be able to get something going here, guys. So here it goes. It's a lumberjack in the left lane. That's going to be an easy king activation. If someone does send in a solo lumberjack or a solo balloon to you guys, remember, you can still activate the king tower off of a lumberjack or a balloon, even a royal ghost. So just keep that in mind when playing this deck, or playing any deck with NATO, really. So here we go, guys. It is an Inferno Dragon in the right lane. We are now 10 seconds into double elixir time. So here it comes. The first balloon push of the game here, and we're going to immediately use our freeze spell as well. Allow that witch to stay alive and kind of clean up against those zappies. And we do get one hit on that tower with the balloon. That was a pretty good zap by the opponent, but not before we get another drop down there. So all of a sudden, just like that, 876 damage on that right tower, and all of a sudden, Anaban's looking pretty good here. He can, again, rely on that bomb tower, and notice how he placed that witch to the right so it would engage that Inferno Dragon and still kind of live a little bit, despite that fireball, to help support on that left push as well. And here comes a balloon right into that Inferno Dragon, so Anaban's like, you know what, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want the balloon to die. I'm going to freeze. And it ended up being an alright freeze. If he didn't play Zappies there, he would have definitely connected and it would have been game over. However, he still gets the death damage on that right tower, and he's able to lean on the Ice Wizard and the Bomb Tower. The Bomb Tower and the Ice Wizard, you guys saw it in my live match too. Just the synergy with NATO is just beautiful. You know, the Witch, the Ice Wizard, the Giant Skeleton, the Bomb Tower. You can almost use everything with the Tornado in certain circumstances throughout the match. That's why I think this deck is nasty. And the thing about it is once people see the Bomb Tower and they see the Giant Skeleton and they see the freeze, and they're just like, okay, this guy's playing a gimmick deck. Like, I'm not going to take him seriously. But, man, boy, would the opponents be wrong there. You know, this is one of those strange videos where I want people to watch it, realizing it's a legit deck, and here comes that balloon guy's going to easily make contact in the right lane, giving the victory to Anaban. I want people to watch it because it's not a gimmick deck. It's a legit deck. You can see here, you know, top 10 in the world, you know? So, and it's fun. It's really fun. But how do I convey that? By sharing a Giant Skeleton in the Bomb Tower in the thumbnail or whatever, you know? I don't know, it's tough. A little inside YouTuber, which no one really cares about. All right, here we go, guys. It's going to be the next match. It's going to be against Lupanji. Again, Lupanji. Amazing player. Shout out to Lupanji. I think he's getting a YouTube channel set up, or either that or he already does have a YouTube channel. He's one of the best players in the world from France. So again, shout out to Lupanji. We'll see him in CRLEU. Okay, again, we're just gonna, you can tell Anaban's favorite move here is just cycling the Ice Wizard to start out these matches if you have him in hand. If not, you want to be a little bit more careful, but you can see Anaban going with the Witch as well, opposite lane. So certainly not afraid to make an Elixir investment, obviously having the confidence in the defense of this deck. So even if you played that Witch there and they came at him with something in the right lane, he knew he had the Giant Skeleton, he knew he had the Bomb Tower. So you can play this deck maybe a little bit more aggressively very early on. I'm talking starting plays here. After that, you kind of want to feel at your opponent, make sure you identify everything in their deck. Now this is, Lupanji's playing the famous, or should I say infamous, Valkyrie Loon freeze deck. Which is in some ways, I mean, the win condition is similar to this deck, and you can see his Loon on Loon action here. We opt to go ahead and zap to reset that Inferno Dragon. We do take one hit from his balloon, but as I told you guys, you can still activate King Tower using the balloon. We saw it right there in this second match from Anaban, and the death damage, even if the balloon doesn't make contact on your King Tower, the death damage will always activate it, so don't be afraid to do that. However, he does come out with an early damage lead, Lupanji that is, getting that left tower down to 2510 HP. So here comes a Witch in the right lane. It looks like she's going to kind of die out here, but not before she gets a few hits on that right tower. Not too bad. And here it comes, a Valkyrie balloon combo. Look at how well the Bomb Tower is going to deal with these. We zap, so Bomb Tower, 7 Elixir investment, Bomb Tower plus zap. We have that King Tower activated, so look at how beautifully you can handle the balloon pushes against a very powerful meta deck, such as the one we're playing against right here, if you've activated that King Tower. So even though we took that early damage early on our left tower from that balloon, it's come back to actually really help us here, and now we're approaching double elixir time. We're going to go ahead and mirror his Inferno Dragon with a Giant Skeleton of our own, so let's see how we handle this. Giant Skeleton coming down the left lane, and really it's difficult here for Lupanji, even though he has the counter to the Giant Skeleton, it's difficult for him to get anything really going here, because we can just NATO all the troops together and still get a good elixir trade there off of the death damage of the Giant Skeleton bomb. So here we go again, it's going to be a Witch in the right lane. We come through with the balloon in the right lane too. We can see that Lupanji is trying to pressure us. We want to make sure we pressure him as well. Here comes a Bomb Tower in the left lane. We opt not to freeze there. That was smart thinking there by Anaban. You can tell how that he just knows very, very well, and this is a reoccurring theme of the pros on this channel that, you know, that I talk about all the time, is that one of the keys to success, to upping your game, you guys, is just knowing when to pressure and when not to. And I know that sounds super obvious, but I think that watching this and then repetition after that, for those of you who don't know, I put out a video, 3 days ago, sharing the best steps, 10 steps to master a deck. I really like that video, and even if you don't like all the 10 steps in it, I think that it's worth me creating one video so I can keep referencing to it, because basically what I outlined there is my 10 ideal in a perfect world scenario if you wanted to master a deck, the 10 steps that I would go through. Now everybody's different, but I just thought I'd share that because I get a lot of questions about, oh, how should I do this, or how many times should I practice, or what substitutions should I make, stuff like that. So I tried to answer as much as I could in that. But anyway, guys, back to the match here. We are already almost a minute into overtime here, so almost 4 minutes into this match, and really it's anybody's game. So check this out in the left lane here, guys. Lupanji opts to switch lanes there with a balloon. We're just going to go ahead and Ice Wizard that balloon and then NATO it together. And in the meanwhile, Lupanji defensively freezes there to stop everything in the left lane. So Witch is going to do a good job kind of distracting that Inferno Dragon, but he still has almost half health coming down the left lane. We're still probably going to want an answer to him. And there we go. Oh, the Miner comes in on the left tower, and Anaban is like, wow, wow, wow. Here we go. Giant Skeleton into Inferno Dragon in the left lane. I think right now is Anaban's big push. Let's see if it indeed it is. So here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, look at that bomb tower assisting against that wizard over there from the defensive position. Now that is value, ladies and gentlemen. Getting that defensive bomb tower to actually hit that wizard on the opposite side of the bridge. Now it's going to be freeze on freeze again. Very, very seldom do you see this, but you know, somebody said it in the comments yesterday and I forgot who it was. I apologize. But somebody's like, you know what? Freeze is like the most low-key OP ladder card in the game. And I would tend to agree. No card can have as a dramatic game-ending effect as freeze. And look at this. It's going to be illustrated for your very own eyes right now. And look at Lupanji defensively freezes the balloon after we offensively freeze. So again, it's kind of freeze on freeze action in the left lane here, guys. We are well in the last minute of this match. And here it comes. A Giant Skeleton and balloon push. Lupanji's one card away from freeze. So is Anaban. Anaban has freeze selected. He pops it at the very last second, connects with that balloon, and there it goes. He gives the giant grrr face. And I gotta say, that was an awesome match to watch, guys. Let's go ahead and watch one more really quickly before I let you guys go against Bren Chong. I think that the Bren Chong account is played by, it's not owned or played by Bren Chong. I don't think, but I could be wrong. I think it might be Detective Hecka, but again, I could be wrong. Either way, shout out to Bren Esports, who've been doing very well in CRL Asia. I need to up my frequency on my CRL Asia highlight videos because there's truly a lot of really good matches. But I just had to show you this replay because it's against the new OP Graveyard deck. A lot of pros out there, including Surgical Goblin I saw on YouTube yesterday, saying that this is indeed unequivocally, oh my god, Ash, you are a dummy. That's why I'm a YouTuber, not a English professor, guys. Unequivocally, the best deck in the game right now, the Splash Yard. It's back, and it's kind of a newer version with the Royal Ghost, a few other alterations to the deck. I'm actually working on bringing this deck to the channel featuring Big Spin pretty soon, so stay tuned for that, certainly, guys. So here it comes. It's going to be a Witch on the Graveyard. Just beautiful work on this Graveyard here. Despite the poison of the opponent, we're able to pretty much mitigate all the damage. Unbelievable how little damage that poison and a Graveyard did to our tower. Doesn't it look like not even one RNG skeleton hit that right tower, guys? Pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and fast forward to the action here, guys. I want to get to the final 2 minutes of this match and see how we deal with it. But again, I mean, Graveyard is definitely meta all of a sudden. It seemed like it happened, you know, what, 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago when the balance changes went into effect. But Graveyard suddenly is everywhere, whether it be the Witch version. There you can go, a nice freeze. And look at this. I'm going to pause real quickly here, guys, because this is important. And it's what I talked about when we were talking about the deck review at the top of the video, right? We froze everything, but it was a Giant Skeleton balloon freeze push, right? And check out what's going to happen right now. We have a Bowler, an E-Wiz, and an Ice Wiz all coming down our lane. Well, guess what? Bye-bye. It's going to be a double bomb to their face. Boom! That's the balloon death damage and the Giant Skeleton death damage. So again, that's the beautiful thing about this deck, and Bren says well played, and indeed it is because of the counterattack, which you really have to worry about with most decks with balloon, especially with freeze, is not really an issue if you have your Giant Skeleton in tow behind or in front of the balloon. So here we go again, guys. It's going to be a Giant Skeleton Ice Wizard combo going into the Inferno Dragon and the Bowler. Now, neither of the players getting a ton of damage so far into this match. Anaban has that freeze spell selected, but he doesn't want to use it just yet. Kind of want to wait and see if that bomb kills the Inferno Dragon. Indeed, it does. He gets a nice freeze off on that Ice Wiz. Unfortunately, he misses the E-Wiz there, and here comes a monster counterattack and a Graveyard. But check this out. I mean, I say this all the time, guys, but if you're going against a Graveyard deck, you want to focus on the troops coming down the lane, and they're all dead. they all run into another giant skeleton bomb to the face. You know, they're all dead, and going back to the point I was trying to make there, guys, is you really want to focus on the troops coming down the lane when you're going against Graveyard, not necessarily the Graveyard as your first priority. Because when you have your Princess Tower freed up to fire on those skeletons, it can surprisingly do very, very well. You won't take a lot of damage at all. So worry first. Let's say, you know, hypothetically, you had, I don't know, an Ice Golem coming down the lane in a Graveyard being played on your tower, right? What are you going to do in that situation? Well, most people would save the Goblin. Let's say you only have Goblin Gang to counter for whatever reason. Most people would save the Goblin Gang for the Graveyard, and then the opponent could easily arrow or poison or whatever. I would advise you guys play the Goblin Gang, even though the Spirit Goblins or everybody will get hit by the Ice Vortex. I would play that Goblin Gang right on that Ice Golem and ignore the Graveyard for a second. Then the Spirit Goblins will help out against the Graveyard, and your Princess Tower will be freed up to target the skeletons as well. Anyway, guys, you can see just how good Anaban is with this deck. I really hope you enjoyed this video. One of my favorite decks that I've shared in quite a while here on the channel. Check out Anaban's player stats and profile on statsroyale.com in the description below. Huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. We just saw him. You can see his information in the description below as well. Guys, thanks for watching all the way till the end. I really appreciate it. And as always, take care, guys.